Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Right. Can't you hear the horns? Can't you? I can hear it. Huh, whoa, man, it just moves the whole stadium. It just rumbles into your soul. I know, right? I'll have a band one day. How we doing? Good morning, Doug Rice. That's who I am. 9:01 in the morning. Wake what they call the fuck up. It's time, Negroes. Get your ass up. You got a job to do. First, it's just called survival. After which, there's more involved. But I digress. How is everyone doing? It's Wednesday. Wednesday, the 24th of August, as we roll through the year. I mean, we're just shredding the hours and the minutes and the days and the weeks, barreling toward prophecy as it unfolds in front of everyone. And the woe for those not awake, aware, and up to speed. That'll be a bad day for you. I don't know. Okay. All right. So 9:02 in the morning. This is the Doug Rice Show. TDRS. Welcome. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, folks. Tap the screen. Share the live. Let folks know we are here. We are going to peruse the news with Hebrews. How about that? I'm going to start to. I'm going to take out a lot of references to the word black. I think I'm almost done with that descriptive used in my vernacular. It's overused, it's overrun, it's associated with race, and just ain't popular no more. And I'll prove it. Dear God, the whole construct is just crumbling. It's falling apart beneath the feet of those dependent on it for support. Dear God, race, the construct. I might have that as a topic, maybe tomorrow. All right, hey folks, again, good morning. I know some of you are already at work at your desk, grinning and skinning. Yeah, I feel the smile from there. You know, might be too late. Take it back. You know, I get it. You know, but some of you have the day off. Some of you are not in work. Some of you might be at lunch. So some of you may benefit for these precious moments between us are meant to get that goddamned grin off your faces. That grin does not belong there. Never has belonged there, folks. You are Negro. Here, not of your own volition, but because you were brought here against your will. How we forgot that, how we let this slip our minds is beyond the scope and pale of human imagination, and I, for one, will no longer ignore the facts, and those facts are what get the fucking grin off the faces of Negroes everywhere. I'm just trying to help you out, Chief. All right, 9:04, you guys know the drill. You know what I do. This is a show. You understand? This is not a program. I am not trying to program you. I'm trying to deprogram you. You know, we've been programmed, baby. 400 years. Come to an abrupt halt. Suddenly we are awoke and our oppressors are losing their goddamn minds. Now, I don't know if it's escaped anyone else's notice, but I'm getting more and more focused. Less and less apprehensive, more ability to snap back coming within my being. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know, bro. But I look at my counterparts across the aisle, across the lane, and they seem to be going insane. They are feeding on fear, and they're doing it. Well, they're doing it every damn day. They're getting more and more voracious in their appetite. But we, as Hebrews, Negroes trapped here in this penal colony, owe it to ourselves to gather unto ourselves, to bring it in. For God's sake, it's dangerous out there. We have to flock together, first mentally, and then as far as we can, as physically as we can. Because, as you know, there is strength in numbers. All right, so today's topics, Detrina and I, my moderator, producer, we've gone over these painstaking tidbits of information designed to wake you the fuck up, keep you awake, and, well, prevent you from walking about with a shit-eating grin about your fucking faces. So, first topic. First topic is, I think, as obvious as it gets, folks. I cannot imagine it getting less obvious than more obvious than this. Something. This is not a fucking test. Yeah, what you see going on, the fucks going crazy, the letters, the crime, the criminality, the lack of accountability, all of these things that you see envisioning in your mind, the caucasity gone wild, this is not a fucking test. Yeah, this is a rap, is what this is. Now, the building's on fire, the beds are still getting made, and folks are preparing for slumber. All I'm telling Hebrews to do is to open up their damn eyes and understand this is not a fucking test. This is the real deal. This is a 4-alarm fire and all hands on deck. Hebrews need to be awake, aware. Look, they're fighting wokeness. This is not a test. We got Ron DeSantis in Florida who has declared war on wokeness. What do you really mean there, Mr. DeSantis? You're trying to come up in the polls there, huh? I believe that your presence in the prospect of things proves this is not a damn test. You're serious about that shit, ain't you? I mean, to the death, he said. I mean, whoa! In a crowd full of folks, just riling them up against wokeness. Now, what's wokeness? Wokeness is awareness. Wokeness is the truth. Wokeness is history. Wokeness is all the things that seem to make you feel bad. Are you done feeling bad, Mr. DeSantis? Because I see that you've proven this is not a test. We've got the proof across the aisle. We've got folks that are talking about what the kind of leader they need today is a leader like Hitler. Had a guy say that. Don't know what he meant, but okay. Hitler didn't end well. But these are the folks that they are looking toward before making whatever next move they are making. And they're making that next move towards us. And I can fucking prove it. Now, it looks as if they're mad at each other, and they are, but they're terrified of us. And in order to do what they need and want so desperately to do to Negroes in this country, first, they have to clear the field of any obstacles that might even think about holding them back from expressing their true sentiment, and how they really feel, and what they really want to do in this murderous rape culture built by caucasity. Oh yeah, this is not a test. Ladies and gentlemen, Hebrews, brothers and sisters, watch your family. You're a target. While they go at one another, they have their eyes on you. And don't you take your goddamned eyes off them. Why? Because this is not a goddamn test. This is not a fucking test. Shit's getting real. We'll talk about it. I like that opening. All right, so this is what's going on. If you look at it at face value, they offer distractions for Negroes here. I mean, I got Lizzo suing for $1 million. I mean, that made the news. I can't imagine why that actually made some kind of news, but the distraction is always present. They got Trump. They got their politics. They're looking at everything, every angle, making sure that we look too. But don't take your eyes off the kingdom that fast approaches. All of this vigorous energy, all of the frequencies you feel and hear being emitted, received. You know there's an event soon to be upon all mankind that will change history. And they're trying to run from it. And what drives them in all respects is just their disingenuous nature. The phoniness, the pretense, the hopes, the help, the fear, the dreams, all the things that they want for us that they truly do not want for us, but for themselves and themselves only. This betrays the trajectory that this country has set itself upon, in that the United Snakes of America has telegraphed that they and they alone must be first. And when we talk about Americans, I mean Americans in that Mitch McConnell kind of way. You know. Those Americans that worship their Jesus, that come to terms with their nationalism and understand that it is they. Though their numbers dwindle and reduce, they must be on top and in control. Their disingenuous nature projects that they want everyone to take part in the governance of this great country they've stolen. What is the truth? Well, we're going to find out what the truth is. I think we're seeing what the truth is, what they really want, and it's fucking dangerous. This is some dangerous shit. It's going to have an effect on your life. The disingenuous nature of their very being will have an effect on your life. They will smile, wish you well, and wish you ill. And we must, as Hebrews, be on guard against that falsehood. We must always focus our attention on truth and what is, not what is projected toward us for us to accept blindly. That's bullshit. Fact of the matter is, all of these nations are going to come to a screeching halt once the kingdom of the Most High God arrives. Those of you that are woke, take no worry regarding what you see. You just take observance, and you should. But know soon things are going to get real exciting around here. Okay. All right. So, disingenuous nature. I like that, right? A little tidbit, a little here, a little there. You know, I don't talk about it enough. I don't. But Folgers, for God's sake, my wife, Lena, God bless her soul for living with me for 20 years. My wife, Lena, makes some of the best coffee on the planet. It's the only coffee I drink. Let me tell you something. Ah, that's good. All right, get some Folgers. Get a sponsor. Come on, Folgers. Baby, what is that? Come on, Folgers. You can't do better than that. You're paying professionals to fake liking coffee. I love coffee. You're not even giving a brother a call. What's happening, Folgers? Call me, man. All right, so, True North. True North. You know, I thought about this and having to make a decision about my life, what I do with my, my time, how I expend the bits of energy I have left on this planet. And I have determined, ladies and gentlemen, that it is necessary for all of us to eventually face the facts that we must go true north. Our compass has to always point true north. If you are a true Hebrew, a true Negro, a woke individual, you cannot abide your compass anywhere but true north, straight righteousness, doing right all the time. It's nearly an obsession. And as time flows forward, it seems that it's more and more pronounced in the beings of individuals who are spiritual in nature, like us. Those of us that get up every morning thanking the Most High for another day, those of us that pray to God Almighty for guidance throughout the day, and those of us that pray to the Most High in the evenings. These are spiritually minded and spiritually led individuals. And it is an expectation that your character always be pointed true north. And if you find yourself in a situation where you are performing an unright act, it is in your nature to right your course, no matter what. And I mention that only because I've had to make that kind of decision. I've had to come to terms with that kind of conflict, in that what I do conflicted with what I was. And so I could not allow that to continue. My compass, as well as all Negroes' compass, should and must point true north toward righteousness. All right, let's continue. Oh, baby, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug, I never did break into a song in the middle of it. Okay, well. So, my boy here, what's his name? Yaju Judah. Yaju Judah. Man, if you don't stop, listen. Listen, folks, let me just say this. God anoints. Shall I say that one more time for the cheap seats? God anoints. You don't anoint yourself. You don't declare yourself shite. Nothing, nada, zip, zada. Nothing! Did you see David take a step before being anointed? Did you see Yeshua take a step before John the Baptizer announced him? And sir, you're the Jew. I love that shit. You're the Jew. Oh, that's so cute. You pronounce that you are the anointed of the Most High God of all creation. Now listen, folks. I'm not trying to ride this dude's jock. I've been on him for a minute, but let me tell you what's happening, all right? I challenged this dude with one question. Told him anytime, any place you want to see me, come on. You know I lit some videos on him like fire. And he is quiet as a church house mouse pissing on cotton. I ain't heard nothing from that dude. Now look, you want to say you the Messiah? Okay. You want to take everybody to Ethiopia? Dude, let me hear the plan. Let me hear the plan. But you ain't got to tell nobody you the Messiah coming from Louisiana, homie. Let me tell you now. And here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to meet the right one that knows about God anointing people and going to take true exception to you declaring that you're the Most High, with putting a symbol up that has nothing to do, you don't even know that symbol. You're holding your hand like this. Research that symbol and stop looking crazy. Yeah, God anoints there, you Judah, okay? And I'm just saying, man, I probably won't mention you again because you're scared of me. And let me tell you something. The true Messiah would make easy work of me. The true Messiah would come down here and shut me down, baby. Show up and do the thing. I don't see you nowhere, sir. I will say this, though. Look here. I want you to walk into your nearest precinct, okay? I want you to hold up your fingers the way you do your Judah. Would you do that, okay? And I want you to announce at the top of your lungs that you are the chosen Messiah, here to lead people to Ethiopia. If you don't mind doing that real quick, but I want to take a seat over here while you do. Okay, well, he ain't going to do that because they will lock him up. So I'll leave him alone. I'll stop, relax. I can feel the trainer going, okay, Doug, move on. All right, I'm moving. All right, so, let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to be doing another platform, full-time kind of a radio station show kind of thing, Negro Central. You guys have heard about it. Be doing it on the brewtube.org network for all intents and purposes, as long as they're helping me out. And those guys are wonderful. Brother Judah, Sister Yedidiah, thank you. Israel, thank you so much. I'm going to let the fur fly. You know, safety off. When you see me over brewtube.org, you don't want to miss that. No, you think this is informative and at least somewhat entertaining, because that's what I try to do, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Because when I go uncensored, I'm going to be saying some things. I'm going to be hurting people's feelings. And I just want you to prepare yourself for that. I'm sorry. So, and that leads me to the next topic. The next topic is this. The N-word. Oh, don't worry. I'm good. Don't worry. I ain't stupid. I love what this does. But I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Let me give you my thoughts on it. Okay, you're going to hear it. If you go to the other platform, it's going to pour out my mouth like water. I swear to God. And I'm going to say it with flair, style, panache. You're going to love it dripping out of my mouth. I'm talking about the N-word, so just get that dirty. So let me tell you my thoughts on it. We own it. That's right. We've taken possession of that word. Let me explain. The reason I have no objection to that word is that in my mind, we have taken possession of that word, snatched it from the mouths of caucasity to bring it into our heart. And when I use it, I have several ways. I can use it as a term of endearment. No. I can use it as a term of threat. Ammo, right? But it belongs to us. We own it. And we're not leasing it out. You can't borrow it. If we hear you say it under the wrong circumstances, we are going to take possession of that word out of your mouth directly. And that is a solemn oath and promise. I know folks are like, but Doug, it's so demeaning. It's not. It's what the fuck we say it is. It's the only thing we got that we don't back down from. I've seen video after video after video of brother and sister ignited by that word, and it fills me with glory. Because it shows there's a line that we will not permit you to cross lightly. And you all know it. Can you imagine the message that has been brought back to so many who've told their brethren, don't you say that word? I've seen the videos. So you'll hear it come out of my mouth unabashedly, unashamedly, unreservedly, and near all the goddamn time. Because you know what? We own it. And you can't have it. So we'll say it until we are blue in the face. And if you let it utter out of your mouth, well, we're going to take exception to that. Next! Okay, what else? That leads me to my next. You know, I wanted to say that because it needs to be said, but that leads me to the next. Profanity. Profanity. Damn, Doug, what's wrong with you, man? Profanity. Not cursing. I don't curse anybody. But damn, dude, why? Here's why. Let me tell you why I curse or use profanity as the actual word should be used. The reason I use profanity, because if I don't use profanity, wrong people are going to start taking notice of what I'm doing. I also don't know what I would evolve into if I didn't express myself without profanity. I like it. That's why I use it. It accentuates every sentence I want to end, begin. And you get my fucking meaning when I talk. So, I use it as a tool to keep those who would think I'm trying to be respectable out of my goddamn face. Because let me tell you what happens. The moment they find any single one of us that has what they call potential, and that potential they're talking about is the potential to cause problems for them. You can believe there are one of two ways this goes. They slide up to an individual. And they try to buy them out. Some people are cheap. Some are expensive. Reverend Al cost them a pretty penny. You know, Jesse Jackson, not so much. And some people they know never to approach. Louis Farrakhan. Oh, yeah. But me, I got to thread that needle, you know. I'm out here by myself, protected by God's Spirit and God's Spirit only, which is enough. But I ain't trying to test the limits. So, I'm going to keep using profanity. This is why I do it. I don't mean to offend you, but if you are offended, I don't give a fuck. And that's for fucking real. Next. All right. Trump's secrets. I want to talk about this. What's Trump holding on to? Okay, look. I just got to say, the reason I wanted to spend a little time on Trump's secrets is because the dude's he knows about the aliens. Hey, that's the only thing he would keep. Let's stop with that. Not the nuke shit. No, who cares? You can blow everybody up. Who cares? Well, you want to sell secrets? No. Nobody cares about that shit. No. The nukes is a fucking distraction. The nukes is a fucking distraction. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. What are you talking about? They got the neutron. They got the 20-ton, 100-ton. You can blow everybody up. That's nice. We like that. You took info about them beings, didn't you? About them things, huh? That's why he's acting so Brody. Because he knows shit, and they know he knows shit, and if he open up his mouth, it's over. That, I figured it out. That, and he was going to sell some shit, I mean, it's Trump, man. He is unashamedly who he is. That's for damn sure. I mean, I don't like him on any fucking level, but the one thing I can do is say he's not a phony. He is 100% criminal all the time, looking out for him all the time. Don't give a fuck all the time, and I'm digging that. I just wish he'd just go away. But anyway, he's hiding the UFO stuff. He doesn't see him. He doesn't see him. He done breathed in so much air, like he know the secrets of the universe, and he's sitting on it. He's gonna sell them suckers. I believe Trump took a down payment for some of them boxes. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So those are what I wrote down. Brewtube.org. I will be there later in the day to do just as much auditory damage as I can as soon as my voice recovers. We're going to do the thing that we do. We're going to go over the news. Hebrews. Why? Why go over the news, Doug? Why do you keep raking the news? You know what I mean? You asked me this, I know. Because if we don't come to terms with how we got here and our circumstances as we sit here, as we stand here, as we walk, as we run, as we shove, as we love, as we hate, as we die, as we grow, if you don't get the foundation that started this mess, culminating into what we are facing today, for me, the challenge is one put by Ron DeSantis. He does not like wokeness. That means you need to stay awake and not asleep. And I need you to understand this. Walking around with a shit-eating grin on your face as a Negro in this country is an insult to what is going on and what has gone on for over 400 fucking years. We're one group of people that need to be a little bit more serious at this point because they're losing their minds in our direction. All right, so what do? I look up black news. That's what I do. I look up both news, black news, whatever, right? This is interesting. I'm going to say this. I hope you understand. Third woman charged with a hate crime for allegedly making an anti-white statements and assaulting a woman. Absolutely. Is this whole race thing, you tired of this yet? I'm going to prove something. First and foremost, being black, being white, that's done. If we cancel this whole racial construct out of the minds of everyone that seems to be a slave to its holdings, so this chick here, and be gone. Racist little girl, bye, go away, go to jail, learn how to act in public. Okay, first, I'm going to prove it. So I got a list here. I went down to the Latrina. I was like, black is just not popular. I mean, I got shit that says they're listening to recordings of a black hole audio. What was it? Bird flu kills hundreds of black vultures at Georgia Sanctuary. My goodness. Some of this stuff involving color spectrum kind of lets you know maybe it's not a good idea to rate everybody on the fucking rainbow of racism. And again, we'll prove it. Let me continue with the news. So, white deputy who held pregnant black woman at gunpoint forced to resign. Really? Really? Oh, you made him quit. Oh, I'm sure you're going to give him a reference, though. I mean, he's in Florida. Arizona, where I live, he held a gun on a pregnant black woman. That's part of the resume. He come in as a sergeant. Somebody need to call him, get him a job. You see what I'm saying? Okay, well, let's just continue. Baby. You know. What next? What other tidbits? Black Californians detail racism they allegedly faced from, of all people, Latino co-workers following massive race-biased suits. We just don't get along with anybody. Isn't it something? You know, what is that? I remember we were getting something in Philadelphia. Negroes had something coming judicially, monetarily. And the Hispanic community created a lawsuit, filed a lawsuit in that Negroes, black people, were getting something specific, excluding Latinos. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Because what I hear every day is this conjuncture of black and Latinos facing racism. Black and Latinos and Asians facing racism. But let something happen for Negroes only, and it seems that we have another spectrum of the color scheme that loses their perspective minds. Does that seem odd to you? My goodness, we're getting it from everywhere. Jesus. Hey! Tap the screen, share the like. I don't know, I'm losing my touch. Moving on. Maryland launches Emmett Till alert to inform black leaders of racist, hate-driven incidents. For fucking what? Are you serious? So you got an Amber Alert for racism. Listen, we don't need that. First, you're going to overload the system. Day 1, hour 1, minute 3. First. Second, what black leaders are you going to inform? And what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Here's who you're going to call. You're going to call the bald-headed dude that's the lawyer. He going to arrive first. Whatever system he got, that's the one you need to incorporate, because everywhere Negroes get done wrong, he seems to show up. So I think you're going to lose. I think he's got the corner on that market. He ain't going to stand for that. Moving on. Hey, I don't want that. I don't want a fucking alert system. That's so stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, can you think of the prank calls that are going to get made? And there will be some colorful prank calls. Oh, they get to use some real colorful language. Moving on. All right. Hey, Florida GOP candidate on Twitter, his account suspended. He says, you can't silence me because I'm a black conservative. And you know what? I know this brother. I've read him up and down. He's unimpressive. He's a GOP. He is what he is. Okay? Dr. Montez Clark, brother, confused, and what can we do? But you shouldn't have kicked him off Twitter, because I believe you kicked him off Twitter because he's a brother, not because it's a GOP. You just saw an opportunity. But that's just me. GOP. Black Republican. Oxymoron. Hey, Atlanta cops won't face charges for death of black man shot twice in back. Are you still grinning? Huh? Huh? What? 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 Could have been you. Could have been your kid. Could have been your son. Could have been your father. Could have been your brother. Could have been your cousin. Twice in the back. No charges. So when you walk into work and you're not your usual jovial self, if you walk into work and you're like, good morning, Doug. Good morning. Well, what's wrong? See, at that point, that's that disingenuous bullshit, see? They don't fucking care. They don't fucking care. They want to see you smile by God? Why aren't you giving me the warm and fuzzies? Why don't I feel at ease in your presence? That's what's wrong in capulence, in its speaking. You know, what's wrong? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, you know what's wrong? Hold on. Read that. You show them the article, and I bet they get that goddamn grin off their faces. They also won't ask you what's wrong again. Or there's every likelihood they'll start in some benign conversation about black life compared to white life, in which you have to sit there and suffer for hours as they espouse their guilt on you over and over again through the... Okay, I'm sorry, I drift. Yeah, he's not going to go to jail. Cops don't... yeah, I guess not. Oh, family of black woman killed as Georgia deputies serve warrant, yet they're not facing charges either, so the family's suing. Philadelphia School District Center for Black Educator Development aims to increase number of black male teachers. What are you doing? Listen to me carefully, folks. Listen how stupid this is. Philadelphia, what are you doing? You're doing a Center for Black Educator Development to increase the number of black male teachers while they simultaneously try to rid the schools of everything regarding our history through CRT. How are you going to hire black male teachers and remove the history that got them there? You'll work that out. All right. Moving on, the Doug Rice Show. Hey, Capitol Records walks away from an artificial intelligence rapper. It's a project, AI project. And he offers the deepest apologies to the black community. Let me tell you something. I looked at this thing that they say represents rapping AI. I looked at it. So, is that supposed to be it, brother? Is that what they're saying? They're apologizing to us? That's something they projected, because I look at this thing with green eyes, and I suppose because he has dookie braids in his hair, it is a black man, is it? I guess. He's got gold on. I would say this thing doesn't need to exist. Take it away for that reason. But how are you associating what I'm looking at with us in any way? This thing looks terrorizing. Okay, well, more power to you, for God's sake. All right, openly gay black member of Congress defeated in New York primary. Representative Mondev Jones. Well, can't have everything, bro. Just leave it like that. Okay. What is it? Oh, what is this? Clip of black little leaguer covered in cotton-like material sparks outrage. Yes, it does spark outrage. Yeah, it does. It does spark outrage, motherfuckers. Yes! Yes! Now, let me tell you something about this, because I'm pissed off about this. Look. Here's how we know they're foul. Here's how we know they're disingenuous. And here's how this innocent, that's bullshit. Let me tell you why. Here's what would have happened and validated this reasoning. You got my child over there on a team. I want him on sports. He's playing, yada, yada, yada. I look over and I see my child's head being covered with cotton balls by the cheering and the coach. I come over there to smack fire out of somebody. Before I can get 2 feet from my destination, the first thing out this coach's mouth will be what? I'm sorry. That wraps it. The moment he apologizes for my unknown anger, he knows what the fuck he did. They know that was racist. You need to stop. Now, if I walked over the sidelines on fire, ready to clear the goddamn row, the first thing out this coach's mouth would have been, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It wouldn't have been, why are you losing your mind? No one would have questioned why I'm coming over there about to light it up No one. They all know. Cotton in the head of a black child, and you sitting there putting it in. You know why he mad. And the moment you say you sorry, you convicted yourself. So that shit don't fucking fly. Don't you put cotton in my child's head. Do you have any idea what will happen? I just don't understand how that even... Don't do that. Don't touch our children. Stay the fuck away from our children. Stay away from our women. Stay the fuck away from us. Stay away. Do that. Can you not do that? You're invited to leave. You can't leave. You obviously have an issue interacting with others decently. You don't touch our hair. And you don't put fucking cotton in it as a joke. Because I'm not going to find it fucking funny. All right, let's lighten up the mood. Okay. Y'all know that shit's ridiculous. Come on, man. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't touch our children. You don't see, listen, do you see you imagine a brother standing over one child and putting, I don't know, daisies, maybe a wreath, something, I don't know, in the kid's hair, just with the parents? What are you doing? Ew, right? Or something's going to happen, right? Questions are going to get asked. It ain't no innocence. And that wasn't innocent. All right, so I'll just get off of it, okay. And I feel Katrina when she tells me to move on. All right, next. Black couple says they were kicked off Swoop Airlines flight due to racism. You got kicked off Swoop? I don't know about that, partner. I don't know. You got kicked off Swoop Airlines, partner? I'm just joking. I don't know who owns Swoop, but we're always getting kicked off. Let me tell you what they do. I've watched the fucking shit over and over. They got the videos. What they do is they need to bump somebody, and of course they pick the darkest faces they can find. And then you get upset because Negroes get upset and we get loud. And then we're not allowed to fly because now we're upset. And I got to tell you something. You gotta act like you at the morgue at the airport. It's the rules. They need to just put that somewhere. Act like somebody died. Close relative. That's how we want you here. Docile. Take your Valium. A raised voice. You ain't flying nowhere, partner. We ain't having that in the tube at 35,000 feet. So what they do is they agitate brothers and sisters by collectively picking us specifically when they need to bump, and then they let us get upset, raise our voices an octave too loud, and that's a wrap for the flight. Just thought I'd let you know. All right, let's continue. The Doug Garage Show, let's continue. A white Atlanta cop who killed a black man in a Wendy's parking lot won't face charges. Is that the same thing? I hope that's not the same thing. Hope it is the same. How can you even say this shit? I mean, what are we doing? How dare you grin? How dare you grin? You got a lot of fucking nerve. You know that. If we are walking about this penal colony for Negroes, and I'm not encouraging that you get in confrontation or conflict. I'm just saying, don't be as available as some of us step-and-fetchedly so are. See what happens when you present to them a serious countenance. When you look them directly in the eye. When you see the uncomfortableness of a steady gaze. Devoid of a grin. Studied. Oh, they get in their fucking feelings. They get real nervous. And that tells you something. That tells all of us something. Negroes in this country need not smile any longer. Not in public. And not for anyone. It's time we got serious. Serious-minded. We make sure our compass points true north. the kingdom arrives. And I'm going to tell you something. It's my belief that your condition upon the kingdom's arrival will play a big part in your future immediately thereafter. Which means, don't get caught slipping. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got. I got no more. I can't give any more. Jesus. I mean, I got shit to do today. You know? I'm going to be on brewtube.org. I'm going to play some good music, wholesome music. I want the lyrics to say something good, but also move and groove the room. Ain't going to be no nonsense. Also, we're going to talk about some further news. I've got other news that I'm going to be covering. So you need to go to the Doug Rice Show on brewtube.org. Katrina, put that in there. What else? BU Book. B-E, the letter U, book. That is a Facebook alternative, and it's working perfectly, flawlessly. It looks great. On our own servers, on FUBU-owned servers, FUBU-owned company. I mean, you can't beat it. Aren't you tired of getting booted off social media platforms for no reason other than you have said one thing that some person working in a nondescript office in Facebook doesn't like, or Instagram, or Twitter, and just some kid that's like 22 years old, not a Negro, that determines what you've said warrants 2 days suspension, 1 week suspension, banning you? Well, NegroCentral.com will take you to the conduits that you need, to portals to go through these FUBU companies. FUBU companies that I think more than just BrewTube and BU Book, they've got some other Fiverr, Black Fiverr. They're working on Twitter. They're working on Instagram. These are folks that are going to need your support, and I'm going to be asking for that support, donating to this effort to make a safe haven for Negroes in this country to express themselves on our own social media, owned for us, by us, and that's the plug. Tap the screen, share the live. All right, now, that's about it. I mean, that's it, man. I ain't got nothing else. I mean, that's the whole, we do a page and that's it, you know. So I covered everything. Yeah, I covered everything. I can prove it. You guys are wonderful. I'm going to be asking for your support because, as you can see, I'm doing this now. I have support links that Katrina will put up. One of the things that has necessitated that I do this full time is that I refuse to do unright things. I refuse to make a buck supporting unright things and circumstances. I can't do this every day and talk to people on the phone and foment, support anything less than legal and above board and honest and upright. And so I'm going to be asking for your support as I continue this journey. Join me on brewtube.org. Join me on BU Book, B-E, the letter U, book.org. And, let's come together. Let's bring it in. Shall we? Hey! I got to go. Don't drop your phones. I'm not paying for phones. I'm not going to pay for phones. All right, I got to go. Hey, it's Wednesday. You guys have a good damn day, hump day, whatever the fuck you going to do. You do that. I'm going to do me. All right, you guys have a good one. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hey! Turn on. It's Wednesday. I forgot. Totally. And, midweek, we got news happening. The agitation is there, I'm of the mind that, preparation on any given day is probably the most important aspect of your survival as a Hebrew in this country. Being prepared for anything, any activity, any circumstance, any happenstance, anything that might happen. And listen to me. I need you to hear this. Grinning takes away precious time to remove. And you think about that. You walking around and you got a fucking grin on your goddamn face. You're happy-go-lucky Negro. How you doing? And all of a sudden, some shit jump off. And you didn't have a serious mind. You were walking around skinning and grinning, stepping and fetching in front of all of them. And then the shit went hot. And you had to take precious seconds to wipe that goddamned grin off your face and steady yourself for action. Of course, you know, brother next to you, left or right, he wasn't smiling. He's straight. That's right. So, if you need a reason, if you're searching for it, if you don't believe me, for God's sake, think of it, of saving your goddamn lives. If you gotta go out there, and I know you do, at least take the precaution of being always at the ready, always prepared, always without a goddamned grin. And if you can't, look in the mirror. Get that goddamned grin off your faces. You may now exit the domicile. Good morning.